Okay, welcome to Amateur Athletics. We are doing our second athlete interview, and I'm interviewing my mom today. I'm very happy she's here, and she's going to give us a little insight into her starting her running journey.
Okay.
So we'll bring it back to the beginning.
Okay.
How did you get into exercise? Were you an athletic child? Did you join any sports? We can start back around high school.
Okay.
Or even before that.
Before that, like I was in softball and then soccer, and I was big into soccer. Tried out for traveling and made the traveling A team, and that was really fun. A lot of my same friends I'm still friends with now that played soccer. All their kids played soccer later in life. None of mine did. Tried to get this one in soccer, but no. She was doing cartwheels and stuff like that, so she was not. You weren't a great soccer player. Anyway, you have other skills. So soccer was big, but then I got into high school and I wanted to be a cheerleader. So I was a cheerleader. That was sort of big in the day. So, and a lot of my friends were cheerleaders. So that was fun. And then just like at college, I remember playing racquetball and stuff like that. And then got married. And then I think really just I walked a lot. We lived in Texas, and I feel like I've always been sort of almost pretty much every day, like get some walking in or something.
Yeah.
That walking has been a big thing for me. I've always enjoyed walking. I didn't like running. Running to me seemed like too much work. Walking was easy.
Yeah.
So yeah, never liked running. Didn't want to do running. Joined a gym though. I've done elliptical, and we got a Peloton, so I have that too. So that kind of gets my heart rate up, which is great. But again, was never going to do running. And so that's as far as, I work out pretty much every day. Usually I take off maybe one day a week, during the weekend or something. Okay. So that's kind of my basis for working out.
Yeah. So you still to this day, you're very consistent
Yep.
with your exercise.
I get up, I do my working out in the morning. I am a morning person. Get up, work out, get sweaty, shower, get ready for the day. And if I do nothing else, at least I did that. Sets my day. I feel good.
Yeah.
There we go. And so I know you have problems waking up in the morning.
Yeah, I've been working on it. I've got out of the habit.
Yeah, but I do not. That's like I go to bed early, get up early.
Okay.
That's where my energy is in the morning. Where some people I do know are more night people.
Yeah.
So I do feel for people like that, but that's not me.
But I think you can always change it too.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're a walker, Pelotoner, elliptical. So then why the heck did you get into running?
I have a daughter who started this amateur athletics, lives close by, and I thought I'd support her. So sure, I'll start out.
What a great mom.
Really didn't want to do it. My husband's like, why are you doing this? This is just not good. Because I do tend to get run down and sick a lot if I don't get enough rest and all that. I'll support Mackenzie. And the training program was run 1 minute, walk 2 minutes. Run 1 minute, walk 2 minutes. I'm like, well, I can do that. So I gave it a try. I'm like, oh, I can do this. Mm-hmm. Then I'm like, oh, maybe I can do 2 minutes. And then it was 4 minutes. And then it was 6 minutes. And, oops. That's my alarm. I'm supposed to call. And, 2 minutes and 4 minutes, 6. And I'm like, oh, I can do this. And then one day I was outside. I was actually walking. And then I just felt the need to kind of run a little bit outside. And I walked for 16 minutes straight. And that was like, oh my gosh, I still could.
Ran
like
for
I
16
can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this. And then again, just I didn't want to overdo it. So just was going slow. And then we had a big 5K. And my goal at that point was to just finish it. No big pace, just finish it and try not to stop. And I did that, and I got a pretty good time, and I was feeling pretty good. So that's how I got into running.
And I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Such a supportive mom.
Mm-hmm.
So how was running different from maybe walking? Like, did anything stand out to you that was much different than like consistently walking?
It's harder. I mean, walking, at least for me, it's easy. I mean, I've just been doing it for so long. You don't have to physically exert yourself. Running, I think, in some ways is better for you because it gets your heart rate up. I know it's harder on the knees though. So, but it gets the heart rate up and you sweat a little bit more, and it's harder. And so, but then once you're done doing it, then I feel like you feel more of a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, versus walking. I mean,
yeah.
so I like that feeling, and I kind of feel like maybe the endorphins, I think, are a little bit more with the running. You're like, ooh.
Yeah. You get that heart rate up more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about running? Or anything that you enjoy the most, that surprised you, that you didn't see coming?
Well, I like the community together. I think that's sort of fun when you're all running together. It makes it sort of fun. I've enjoyed the 2 5Ks that I've done since because it's very infectious. And I've been around a lot of cross country meets too, so I kind of knew it'd be similar, and it's kind of fun to be one of the athletes versus cheering somebody on. You kind of feel like, look at me, you know. Like, and I think that's sort of why you went, oh, I can do a 10K. Look at, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's different being part of it, and then when you see all the different people running in a 5K, whether it be kids, older people of different sizes and shapes, and you're like, wow, look at all these people out here. And it really kind of inspires you. And like, I can do this. Yeah. So I think that's been probably the funnest part, just the community. And then like, there's something to work towards, where if you're just working on every day, you're just really doing it for your mental health, your physical health, which still running is a part of, but I think that's the running difference. If you're like running towards a goal, and then you know that you can't really skip too many days or anything, because you know you gotta run, like, and you gotta be in somewhat of good shape, so you can't cheat really too much.
Yeah, that's why I think running is a huge thing. You can't fake your way to it. You have to put in the work.
You can't.
Yeah.
So
I like that. I completely agree with that. What about the most difficult thing? What was the hardest thing with running?
That first 1 minute.
Yeah. I remember on mini runs when we'd start, you're just like, oh, I want to start, and you're like, oh.
The very first, and then even now, I think just maybe because I'm a little bit older, it takes me a while to get running. You had told me on the second 5K that I ran, you're like, okay, warm up a little bit, and the reason you do that is to kind of get your body rolling.
Yeah.
So I understand that now.
Yeah.
And then I think hills are hard. I maybe got to work on that. Like, hills are hard. Like if you're running flat, and especially like on a treadmill, it's, you know, you get your pace, you just go. But then hills, you're like, and how do you go up that hill, and then after you get up that hill, you got to kind of like get your heart back to somewhat normal, and then so I've got to figure that out. The hills are hard.
Yeah. They still are. We had a high school meet the other day, and kids were like, the hills are so big, and they were so nervous. But yeah, it's still something you practice.
I used to yell at you going up hills, like, come on. And now I'm like, oh my gosh. Hills are hard. So yeah, the hills are hard. But running down hills is fun.
Yeah, you're fun to get the legs back under you. You can catch your breath.
Catch your breath. Catching your breath. Yeah, when your breath is like, that's hard. But you can go a slower pace if you want.
You can, yeah. Mm-hmm. So you've been running for about 5 months now.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think you're going to continue to run? You think it's still going to be a part of your life for a little bit, and little bits of ways?
So it bugged the last 5K that I ran. I got a better time, but I stopped twice. It was after a hill. And that bugs me, and it's bugging me still. So everyone's talking about, okay, we'll run in the spring. And I'm like, oh, the spring? I don't want to wait that long. So I think I'm going to sign up for the turkey trot.
She texted us like literally the next day.
Yeah, because it's bugging me. And I think I got Meg and my two other daughters to do it with me. They said they're going to do it with me. You are like an if person, so I don't know. But I texted Jen too. She might do it.
Oh, shit.
So,
I love it.
So I just feel like I want to, but I don't like it to be cold, and it might be cold, but
yeah, it'll be cold, but it'll be bundled up.
So yeah, I feel like I need to just get the monkey off my back and just run it and not stop. And then I'll feel better.
Yeah.
So I am running. I'm still running. So, and then ski season starts, but I'll probably run on the treadmill. And then, I don't know, 10K right now is sounding a little scary. Right now it's just turkey trot, 5K.
Focus on what's ahead. Good.
Right, one thing at a time.
I like it. Okay, last question. Do you have any tips or helpful advice for any other maybe moms that are looking to start running or don't know if they should, don't know where to start, maybe are a little nervous?
I do think like joining a group like this, I'm not trying to like promote Mackenzie, but you know, I do think it helps because you're a little bit held accountable. I mean, you don't have to run. I mean, you know, you can join it and not run. But I think, and then if you are with a group and they're going to be at the meetup, and then if you sign up for a race, I think those are helpful. But again, I think it's that first, you know, that first run. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do this, you know, and you're like, oh, get off the couch and just like, however that's going to be the hardest. So if you can team up with somebody or get like a coach or whatever, you know, just to kind of get you that first little 1 minute run 1 minute, walk 2 minutes. Like anybody can do that. You can do that. You go slow. You can do it. Anybody can do it.
Yeah, you don't have to run at a certain pace.
No, anybody can do it, and just slowly, and then you get a little bit more confidence, and they're like, okay, I can do 2 minutes. I mean, really, that's, again, I haven't run since junior high.
Yeah, that was just crazy. And now all of a sudden you're doing it.
I know, and I was comparing myself to somebody else who's been running for a long time, so I'm not going to do that. So.
You shouldn't know if you're
so I feel like I'm doing good
into your running journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is another good piece of advice. Don't compare yourself to other people's, you know, don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody's chapter 20.
Yeah, and I just really think if you can make that start and kind of somehow get it into a habit, however that works for you, then it's easier. Habits are easy, Yeah. So.
They're just on autopilot then.
Yeah, I just have to watch that I don't overdo it. So especially I think some of us older people, just, you know, you don't want to overdo it either. So listen to your body.
Hello. Well, thank you for coming over and letting me interview.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good.
Okay.
Great. You can check out the description for any free resources. I'll see you next time.
Okay.